Good evening, all. Today we'll discuss about a very important work, which was which is written by uh, William Wordsworth, Preface to the Lyrical Ballad. It was written in 1800. In this work in criticism, and it is very important work for MA classes because there is a paper in MA second year, and that is criticism, theory and criticism. So for that I am making this video. So start the video. First we'll discuss about background to literary criticism. The French Revolution of 1789 was the turning point in the history of the socialism and literary history. The revolution inspired the whole generation of 19th century who wrote in different fields. For example, Romantic literature. Wordsworth was personally involved in the French Revolution, and motto of the French Revolution was liberty, equality, and fraternity. In these lines, William Wordsworth is telling about French Revolution, and he was also influenced by the French Revolution. And other poets was also writing this on the topic French Revolution, and at that time society was influenced by uh, materialistic and revolutionary industrial revolutionary life. So William Wordsworth came to introduce romantic literature, and he he was a very he was a he is a he was a great romantic poet, and he is also known as the worshipper of nature. So in this it eliminated the old social classes, overthrew monarchy, and brought the church under state control. People of the social classes were citizens, and they all had equal rights. मतलब कि ये है कि जो लोग पहले मोनार्की सिस्टम था और लोग चर्च जो थे वो अंडर स्टेट के कंट्रोल में थे. पीपल जो थे सोशल क्लासेस वर सिटीजन, दे had equal rights. उन्हें equal right थे. Liberty from the social classes, equality of expression, fraternity of people. Thus French Revolution provided inspiration to Wordsworth and revolutionized the subject matter of his poetry. इसलिए उन्होंने अपने subject matter में इस topic को choose किया. He was also influenced by we call today industrial revolution. It was a period when England was turning from an mm, Argenian to an industrial economy. So the meadow and the village disappeared, turned into the industrial park, meaning factory, society, environment become toxic for nature growth, and there were poverty, child labor, pollution, and a shift of population from village to surrounding cities. After this, romantic poetry and criticism were the reaction against new classic rules and strictness. When prefer rules, stick poetic language and logic over emotions, we can say that they made poetry a machine. And then they say that the writer cannot write poetry or any other form of the literature without adhering to the rules and strict poetic diction. Now a very famous definition which is given by the romantic poet, the great romantic poet, and he says in the preface to Lyrical Ballad, poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from emotion and recollected its tranquility. So first, spontaneous. What is spontaneous? Poetry should have come naturally, or the composition of poetry should be natural. Poet must use an idea that is inspired by emotion. The second point, powerful feeling, emotion or ideas that are long lasting or have a great appeal to the poet's heart, not mind. Origin origin from emotions. Again, poetry should be inspired by some emotional ideas. In other words, poetry must be based on some emotions recollected in tranquility. And this was the last phase of the Poetic composition tranquility means peaceful or calm. When a poet sits in a calm environment, he will recall his emotion movement to take inspiration for writing poetry. Then the next topic is subject matter. Wordsworth emphasizes why and how he chose the subjects for the poetry. According to Wordsworth, observation of events, emotional truths, and feel to the nature are key point in the subject of a poetry. He favors a humble and rustic, it seems simpler, more natural, but also favor a more unified common population that shares similar experience. Wordsworth sought to make ordinary experience seem more extraordinary and enduring as nature reveals permanence and unchanging truths. The new literature Wordsworth proposes would share the simplicity and depth of pupils' live. Definition of poet given by Wordsworth. According to Wordsworth, a poet is a man speaking to a man endowed, blessed, conferred with, gifted with more lively sensibility. He also says that poet is such a human being whose overall in degree a far better human being than an ordinary human being. He has a great knowledge of human nature and a more comprehensive soul than one supposed to be common among mankind. He is a man pleased with his own passions, violations, and who rejoices more than other men in the spirit of life that is in human delighting to contemplate similar violations and passions as manifested in going on the universe and habitually compelled to create them where he does not find them. Man is speaking to man. Second point is more lively sensibility. The third is greater imagination affected by the absent things as if they were present. Greater gist for life, greater power of expression and communication. Function of poetry. According to Wordsworth, poetry is breathe, finer spirit of all knowledge, impatient expression that is the countenance of all science. Poetry seeks to ennoble and edify. It is like a morning star which throws its radiance through the gloom and darkness of life. Poetry is the instrument for the propagation of moral thoughts. Poetry sheds no tears, such an angel's be but nature and human tears. Poetic process. In this process, he includes 4 points. The first one is observation, tranquility, original emotions, and composition. Wordsworth analyzes what he sees as a 4 parts of the poet's creative process. The first is a poet observes something that creates a powerful emotion. The second is then in a calm, tranquil, contemplates and reflect on the emotions. During the period, the poet may recall other things that relate to the observation itself or to past in some way. Such contemplation is personal, indeed only for the poet. Tranquility of contemplation disappear after time, and then the poet distills all these thoughts, eliminating some and keeping others. Original emotion recreated in a way that is universal. Finally, the poet is ready to write with the aim of sharing emotion with audience. Last conclusion. Thus, Wordsworth's preface to the lyrical ballad is a manifesto of English Romantic movement. It emphasized the value of a similar and more natural language by advocating simplicity in theme. In the theme, he succeeded in enlarging the range of the English poetry. He emphasized the true nature of the poetry as an expression of emotion and passions. He vowed about a revolution in the theory of poetry. Wordsworth's contribution as a romantic critic is that he emphasizes nobility, experiment, liberty, spontaneity, inspiration, and imagination. So, thank you for today. This video is very important for MA first second year student, and in MA second year the theory and criticism is a paper which is very important for them, and I made this video for the notes purpose. Those students who searches on the website for answer, so I think I should made a video on a long question which will definitely come in the main exam. So thank you. Like this video, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.